Okay guys, today we're gonna tie a new fly. The fly we're gonna tie today is it's a WollyBugger of everything. It's an extremely good fly for sea trout, normal trout, just grayling, yeah, just everything. It imitates so many different types of fish, insects, etc, etc. Just tied in different sizes and different colors, and yeah, and it fishes extremely well. I know a lot of people hate these flies because they're so boring, but you cannot go away from that, the fact that these flies are extremely good. They catch a lot of big fish in the winter time, in the summertime, in the fall, yeah, all the year round actually. I fish it with floating lines, sinking lines, intermediate lines, everything. This fly is, yeah, you cannot say anything negative about these flies, because if you tie it correctly and you if you have the correct proportions and all the length of the tails and yeah, stuff like that, you will have a great experience with this type of flies, and they will catch you some nice fish, that's for sure. So just fish it with short stripes or long stripes. You can twist them, you can, yeah, as I say, you can fish these flies, yeah, just the way you want. It's no rule for this flies. So the materials we're going to use is, I often use a long shankled hook. So just a TMC 777 SP, or yeah, or you can use a TMC 811S, or yeah, different sizes, but I'm going to use the 777 today. And for the tail we're going to use, let me see if I can find it. So Marabou, that's the most normal product used for WollyBuggers. This is a sea trout version I'm tying today. That's why I'm using this type of hook and the size and stuff like that. But you can also, of course, you can use this fly in freshwater as well, for brown trouts and stuff like that. It will work good, but I fish this fly for sea trout. So I use a barred marabou in olive brown black. It's like a mix. It's really good. For the body we're gonna use some ice dub, using the Spectra dub from Hans. And here I'm using the color number 239. It's like a brown olive gold mix. We're gonna use the let me see if I can find it, golden rib, like a wire. This is from Hans as well actually. It's a 0.18 wire. This is just to get the hackle down, and we're gonna use, for the hackle we're gonna use just some brown hand cape. This is like China neck, so it's really cheap and easy to handle, and it's very soft, so it won't spin up your leader, and that's very important for this fly. Not to use too much hackle, too less, too stiff, etc. You have to use the correct material to not get it too stiff. Soft is good, so we use that, and it also gives the fly more life. And we're gonna use some normal chains for the head. Just cut this up. And that's it actually. So just we can just start, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we start up. So I fastened the hook, starting by tying in the ice. Okay. So you want to create a little base here. So a bit of a, so you have a bit thicker on each side when you tie it in, so it won't move. I'm using don't use your normal scissor for this, because then it will get really destroyed and not sharp anymore. So the way I fasten this in, you probably know this if you tied some flies. I'm fastening this by using the number 8 method. So I'm just tying like a 8, like this, and then some in here, and then you go over like this. Always keep the thread tight, that's very important. You can see this is the way I do it. Sometimes like this. So just hold on for a sec. Okay, and now it's tight, so I can't move the chains at all. And normally I just take some head cement and put that on top like this, and that will dry out. Okay, like that. So then you tie all the way back, like that. Now we're going to take the marabou and create the tail. This can imitate like a tail of a fish or tail of a worm, or just a worm, or yeah, anything. So you don't want this too long, because often the sea trout or the trouts, they start eating at the back of the tail and don't take the hook. So often you want to have this as not as short as possible, but yeah, like I can try to show you the size. So the way I do, I just nip off the fibers I don't want. Don't cut this, but always nip it like this. That's very important. Because you want it to be like a bit irregular, not the same size of all the fibers. You want it to be a bit fluffy. So that's a good length. Like, okay, like half of the shank. That's a good length. Maybe a bit more, like that. Okay, and then I'm cutting the fibers like this. So I want to tie this down, so I'm creating a body here. The thickness of the body of the fly, so I can dub over this afterwards, like that. Just keep this, wrap this up. Okay, now I'm tying a piece of the rib, the golden rib. Okay, and you want to tie this in just like this. Okay. This is maybe one of the, if I was going to tell somebody what fly they're going to tie for the first time, this will be the one actually, because they're so easy to use. And if you think this is hard to make because of the ice, you can just use a normal bead head or a cone or stuff like that. Just need some snus, some nicotine. It's good stuff. So yeah, as I said, you can use this, use beads and cones and stuff, and I often use gold beads on the smaller ones for the flies I use in competitions with barbless hooks and stuff. I use cones in 3 to 4 millimeter, depending on the size of the fly, of course. Yeah, so let's continue. So now I'm taking out the dub. I'm using the number 239 in the Spectra dub from Hens. So there you go, the color. Just try this out yourself, mix it up, try some different colors. There is no rule on the WollyBuggers. The only rule is that don't have too stiff hackle and don't make the tail too long. It's not actually a rule, it's more like a tip. So when I'm using this, I want to, for each wrap I take, I'm just tightening it up so it goes in like a normal dub, because it's easy that this will lay down like that. So you want to shape the body thinner and then thicker and thicker on these flies. Okay, like that. So now you can see the shape of the body. And now we're gonna tie in the hackle. And the correct length of the fibers, of course. It's also very important. This is a mix of brown and black. I like to use this. I'm getting me a black hackle in the front, and then it's getting brown and brown and brown. I think this is very nice. Okay, let's try this one. I think it's maybe a bit short, I don't know, I can try. This hackle is really soft, so it's really easy to tie in. Okay, so you can see the fiber here, it's like this. So I'm fastening the fiber like this. And here you don't need to make the hackle close to each other like you do on a dry fly and stuff. Here you can just make a couple of turns in the front like this, so you're getting a start, and then I want to have some space between the wraps. This is because I want to show the dubbing. Plus, I think it's getting more nice like this. Like that. Oh, the hackle was actually pretty spot on. Okay, so now it's cut off. Then you try not to push the hackle down. When you do this, just go. Take your time. And then pull all the fibers backwards, like that. And then just wrap it up. Oops. Often I tie this in like I do when I fasten the bead, like that. Then try to cut it off, like that. Then make a few wraps, like this. Okay. Well, I forgot one thing. If you like, you can have some flash in the tail. I often use some UV flash, or you can use some crystal flash, or yeah, etc. Just choose something that you like and that triggers the fish good. But this is the proposal of the fly. The pattern is like this. This is an extremely good pattern actually, and I really caught a lot of sea trout on this fly, especially in the early spring. So pretty easy to tie, goes fast, and yeah. So we're finishing up by adding some head cement to the thread, like this, and then just wrap it up. We finish like that. So you guys should definitely try this out. It's very easy fly to tie, and yeah, it fishes extremely good as well, so very easy. Try it out, and remember, use soft tackle, not stiff hen capes, or not rooster capes, but hen capes. Often buy the cheap ones from China, or yeah, you could find these ones on eBay or your local fly fishing shop, or yeah. So this is a good, very good fly. Try it out. So good luck guys, see you later on.